Welcome one and all to this 35th episode of D&D with Mike.
And with Zoe.
And today we're going to continue with our game states. Now I don't remember what the situation is, but...
Not the splash, not the splash.
Oh, I forgot to get the icons.
Oh.
Well, I'll do it next time. But yeah, I was busy.
Don't forget again.
I'm busy, Daddy's busy.
So now we have the silly light.
Yeah, so we still have this light on learning things, and then click to start. And then we're going to click to start, and we get to...
That, and that.
To the menu with the shutdown button and everything.
Which is totally not in the same place as the icon.
Right. This X is still too far to the side. What's going on? I thought we looked into this last time.
Yeah, you said it was okay.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, it still looks too far to the side, doesn't it?
Yeah, because
Just a
of the
bit.
bent font. We should change the font.
Whatever. At some point. Okay, so minus 0.04 seems to be good. Alright. So we'll do that. Minus 0.04. There. Okay, so that's that. And you said that thing wasn't in the same place, right? What was it? The logo. But there it is.
The logo didn't have the same coordinates as the other.
We'll check it now. Now remove, maximize, and play. Pause it. Right. There it is. Okay. Whoa, Matt. What happened to that? The quick test. Oh, I think this. Right, I forgot a 0. Okay, that's fine. So this logo over here. About here. And about here. Okay, so minus 0.85. 86. Yeah. And 0.43. Too much.
I need to remember those, right?
Nope. Copy component. Stop. Paste component values. Done. And now text. Add a 0. Done. Give it a save. Okay, now we need to work on all of those buttons, and we need to raycast from the screen, from the mouse position onto the screen when we click. Now, I obviously forgot to research that because I can't quite remember how to do it, but we'll find out. Okay, so first of all, the one thing that we definitely want is check if the mouse is pressed. So you can copy that entire thing, paste it here. Okay, there we go. Save. Okay, so we got array and we got raycast hits, which I guess we prepared for that in advance. We have the camera. Okay, so we need to feed it the camera. So let's go right away to our input manager. Oh, it's already got the camera. Brilliant. All right, so how do we do this? Because I can't quite remember. It's going to be... We need to create an array. So we're going to say array equals... No, lowercase array. Can you stop it with the bloody variables being uppercase?
Sorry, I thought Ray was capital, so we would make our...
New array.
That.
New array. This one's
Now
capital.
this is capital.
Okay, open round. Okay, so let's see what array needs. It needs an origin and a direction. So the origin is going to be where the mouse is in space in the world on the camera. Okay, so we're going to say this, I guess. Let's do mouse. I think it's that. Maybe not. Try input. Yeah, input dot mouse position. Okay, the current mouse position in pixel coordinates. Okay, this is important because it means it's the screen thing, and that's not what we want. Now try dot. That won't be it, I don't think. It's something like world to...
Wait, let me put a W, world.
I don't remember. Okay, So
World
let's
to
do
mouse position? I don't know.
something like that.
Try
Okay,
Chrome.
because that way it doesn't have any of the any of my bookmarks. Okay, and I even need to use Google. That's very sad. DuckDuckGo. There. I'm using Google to look for DuckDuckGo. Brilliant. Okay, so what was I saying? Right, we need to look to mouse to world position unity. I'm probably searching for the wrong things in the wrong order, but whatever. Sure, let's look at this. I'm going to a random thing. Support documentation, script reference, camera screen to world position. That's the one. That's the one. Mouse. See, screen to world pause. Screen to world point. Mouse position, my position, and then the near click plane. Yeah, that's fine. I think this actually doesn't matter. You could put any number. Right. So that's what we can do. We can go from the camera. So we can say this is gonna be cam. That's the variable we got. Dot screen to world. Yeah, screen to world position. Okay, and then open around. Open around. Now needs a vector 3, and that will be the mouse. So it's gonna be input dot mouse position. And I think that it's gonna need a different Z. Let's do this just for now. Plus vector 3 dot forward. 3 dot forward. So we're giving it a Z of 1 just as a bonus. Okay, and that's the origin. So we got the origin. Now we need to tell it where to go. So in order to tell it where to go, we are simply going to use the camera's forward. Okay, so we're gonna say cam dot transform. No, transform. Transform. Dot transform direction. Ah, there's a lovely shortcut for forward. I think that'll do. Go with forward. Yeah, close round. Semicolon. Save. And now before we do anything, all we're going to do is we're going to simply debug dot draw array open round bracket ray close round bracket semicolon. Oh, that may not be sufficient. Yeah, okay, so ray dot origin comma ray dot direction. Yeah, save. Okay, so now every time we click in the menu we should see the ray, and all we're gonna do is we're going to observe on the scene whether that's working correctly. Right, I want to see if we've got the right thing essentially. So click to start. Okay, so here we're looking at the thing. Now look at the two players. Okay, you can see the little ray appears and disappears, so that's not good enough for us for testing. Change this from down, remove down, save. Remember what this will do? It will allow me to hold the button. So we'll be able to see if it's actually pointing in the right direction, because I'm not sure. Okay. So I can't really see, but it seems to me that it's actually starting later or about the same as the button. Yeah, it's not great. I think that basically the overlay is at 1 or something. Yes, they're at 1. So the problem of our adding that forward is causing this issue. So instead what we're gonna do, instead of adding that forward, we're gonna add that forward multiplied by something, and that something is going to be the main camera's near clipping plane, right? Which is what the Unity documentation was suggesting. So here, multiply this, so go times, and go cam dot type plane and let's see what happens. Near clipping plane. Save. Okay. And now I think we're gonna get something a little bit clearer to us. Alright, so there goes the menu. And if I click on 2, okay, you see it's actually pointing wrong. Right? On 4 it's actually not in the place. Further down. Now the thing is, I'm a bit concerned. No, it's definitely pointing at 3, so it's like further down. Let's highlight the camera so we can see. Okay, so you can see we're at the top of the frustum. That's alright. But for some reason... Oh, right, of course. Because it's pointing forward. And that's wrong. Because the frustum isn't straight. It's not an it's a perspective camera. Oh boy. So let's take a look at the documentation again. Blah, 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 blah. Mouse position X, mouse position Y. Blah, blah. What's P? P is a vector 3. Screen pixels, blah, blah, blah. Mouse position, blah, blah, blah. World position. To string F3, sure. Pixel height. Oh, right, because it's... I'm not actually understanding too well. Because it's working for an orthogonal camera. Camera screen to input mouse position. So play control. See, I got the error. Blah blah blah. Ray camera mouse position. Sure, that's what we want to do too, but that's not clarifying anything for me. Getting work coordinates of mouse position. Okay, mouse world, camera screen, mouse position. If hit collider. Raycast out hit 100 distance. Ray, well, I'm guessing you're doing the ray. The input mouse position X is reverse screen width. No, none of these. I'm feeling silly now because none of these are answering my questions. That's not the point. The issue is the direction in which we're throwing the ray. That it's wrong. You see the ray is going straight? That's the problem.
Yes.
How do I change that? Darn it, I knew I should have researched this before. Apologies! People in the audience. Let's see at least sideways. No, same thing, right? We're starting from the actual clipping plane. So that's not helping at all. We are shooting the ray in the wrong direction. But I think it was correct when we put 1. So let me try that 1 again. So it's a hack, but at least it was working. I just removed that multiplier and now I'm fairly sure this was actually working. Yeah. Because so I'm on 3. Is it working? I can't see very well. Let me go closer. So here I'm outside, inside. Okay, let's make a small change to our code. This is not satisfactory to me. But anyway, I'm not happy with our code. It's stupid. This is the problem here. This is not that relevant. This is the issue. Anyway, so we got the ray. Now, here go. If open round physics dot raycast hit raycast open round. Now feed it the ray. So ray, comma, out, space, hit, comma, hit, comma, do math f dot infinity.
There's a lot of functions I don't know.
Yeah, this is just a shortcut for an infinite float, comma, and yes, we need a layer mask, And do we have that layer mask? No, we don't, but we have made it, I'm fairly sure. So let's go take a look. This one should be called buttons. Yes, it's a button layer, right? But that layer mask is nowhere. So let's create it here, serialize field. Close, private, layer mask, button mask. Semicolon, copy the button mask, and go paste. Close round again, open squiggly, enter, enter, close squiggly, else, open squiggly, enter, enter, close squiggly.
So if it's there?
Save. So if we hit something, cut this, put it here, comma, color.red. Wrong color, capital C. Copy all of this, paste it here, yellow. So if we don't hit anything, it's gonna be yellow. If we hit something, it's gonna be red. Now let's test this again, but I have strong suspicions about our code actually never hitting anything because it's starting at 1, which is exactly where the rest of the stuff is, but it should still hit things. So yellow, 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 yeah, I thought so. Oh no, wait, I'm a fool. We didn't feed our input manager the correct button mask. There. Now it's got button, so now it may work.
Nope.
No, still doesn't work. But it looks to me very clearly like we are in the wrong spot here. No, we're under 2, now 3, now yeah, now space, now 4. So it's it's working, but I wouldn't like to cheese it. This is silly. Yeah, I don't know how to do this other than to basically cheese at the moment. So we're gonna cheese it to 0.99 or something. Save. So we're starting the array a bit later. Huh. Unless we could point array in that particular direction. That could actually work. Based on the point. I don't know. Let's stay with this for now. Your dad is not satisfied with his own skills. Oi! Why didn't you hit this? You're supposed to hit this. What's going on? So 2 players. Yeah, that's definitely on the layer button. It's definitely got a box collider and it's definitely... Let me remove his kinematic. No. It's still not colliding with it, which is a bit odd because it looks like it should be. Is it inside it still? Yes, it's inside it. I wonder if that is the thing. Alright, try 0.9, save. The closer we get, the more incorrect the position will be. Okay, red, yellow, red, still red. See, still red, and I not but they could be close enough that we're now on 3. That's fair, I guess. Yellow. Okay, so let's take a look at the X. That one should be quite clear. Yellow, 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 red. Okay, you see it went red while I'm actually well inside the button. That's because of that 0.9. And now here we can even go far outside. Look at how far out I am. Look, I'm here and it's still red. Still red, my word. Right, it goes red here because of this problem of perspective that we've got. So I think I have an idea how to solve it, but it's still not ideal. So this is an origin. We're gonna change this to what we did before, which is the clipping plane. So go cam dot near clipping plane, whatever. So near. Yeah. Okay, save. Oh, that's silly. Vector 3.forward times. dot forward times. Save. Okay. And now for the direction, we're gonna change this to something a bit different. We're gonna say all of this, copy this, paste it here, minus, paste it again. Okay, save. And now this one needs to be different. Remove this near clipping plane. Yeah, put forward still. Okay, save. You need to close the round. Okay, save. Now, let's see if you know why this is. Do you have any idea why I'm doing this?
No, I don't.
Okay, so first of all, the camera screen to world point just gives us a vector of a certain position, right? That does a certain conversion to figure out where on the camera you're pointing, but it is dependent on the Z, right? On how far we are. So we take the Z at where our menus are, which is 1, okay?
Okay.
And then we subtract that by where our camera ray starts from, which is near the clipping plane. Well, at the beginning of the clipping plane. Now, if you take a certain destination vector and you subtract it by an origin vector, you get the direction from the latter to the former. So you get the direction from here to here. So we should now get a ray that points in the right direction. Give it a save. And then let's test it out again. She's still sick, so if you hear ugly sounds, it's her blowing her nose. Aha, now that's much
Yeah,
nicer.
that's much nicer.
So you'll see the camera first from here, right? If I'm at the top, and now it's rotating as well as moving. See?
But it only turns red at
Well, it
2.
turns red when I'm on it. So here,
At 2 only.
no, 3.
Oh,
4.
but you were moving quite fast.
Well, I was in other places. Okay, so here we've got it green already. Now I want to see these gizmos so I can see. There. So, okay, yeah, see, it goes red exactly when I touch the green, right? So it's still a bit of a compromise, because if we were to move the menus about, like further than 1 or that sort of stuff, we wouldn't get the result we want. So that's not ideal.
What about...
Oh, and look at this X. That's why it was showing that you were still touching it, even though you were well far up. Because according to the camera, in terms of perspective, this box is really, really fat. The way it is. So if we reduce their box colliders, right? What do we have here? 0.05. Okay, let's reduce it to 0.01. 0.002. There, right? Red, okay, awesome. Back to yellow, perfect. Back to red, back to yellow. Okay,
Yes.
fantastic. So 0.002 is what we'll put. And I still am inclined to think that this fatness is a bit excessive. So let's try 0.19, 18, 17. Okay, I think I prefer that. So let's do 0.17 here,
0.002.
0.002 here. And then on quit, I'm sure it's going to be 0.17. And for these, I don't actually know. So all I need to do is just display the menu. Oh, hello menu. Now I'm going to take these guys and I'm going to reduce this a little bit. Aha, that's looking good already. 62. Sure, we're going to leave it there. Okay, hide the menu again. And we're good now. Now I know it works. So here, this debug, we can comment it out. We don't need it. And we can also change the way it works from get mouse button to get mouse button down. So go down, Shift D down, save. Okay. So now that we've done all of this, we're gonna need to decide which button we have pressed. And this is not obvious at all. There's various ways in which we can do it, some more robust than others. At the moment, our buttons have absolutely nothing on them other than a name. They have a unique name. So I'm not I'm not a big fan of using strings, and in fact we won't. What we will do is we will store these buttons somewhere. Okay, so we will create a variable. So create another serialized field, and it's going to be a private, and call this one transform array. See, this one is supposed to be uppercase. Array, and call this one menu buttons. Yeah. So,
How will this help?
well, I'll show you in a moment.
Because we have a quit button, a player, two-player button.
Let's populate it.
Will we do a switch?
Yes.
No.
Yes, we
Yes, we will. Yeah.
Okay, so we need 4 of them. And we got 2 players, 3 players, 4 players, and quit.
And quit.
Okay, since we're here and I'm kind of lazy, let's create a enum for these buttons as well. So go public enum, menu buttons, menu button, all capital. Or no, put button first, button, and then underscore menu. Open squiggly, enter, close it. Yeah, and now you go player and then 2, player and the number 2, comma, player and the number 3. No, yeah, equals 0, sure, comma, player and the number 3, comma, player and the number 4, comma, quit. There are much better ways of doing this, okay? I want everybody to be aware of this. Save. Okay, now here we're gonna say for. So here we know we've hit something, we don't know what. Int I is 0, I is lower than menu buttons dot length. I plus plus. No, that is a semicolon, not a bracket. Well, what is that? What is that crazy stuff?
Yes, it is not.
Yeah, close round, open squiggly, enter, close squiggly. And now in the loop we're gonna check if what we've hit is one of these buttons. So we're gonna say if open hit dot transform equals menu buttons I, close round, open squiggly, enter, close squiggly, save. So we know we've hit this, right? The last thing we're gonna do is let's return right away, so it stops thinking. Yeah, and before the return, what we need to do is we're gonna have to do a certain thing based on the information we're getting, and it will depend on which one we're getting. So you're gonna go switch, open a round, open another round, button underscore menu, close the round, I.
So I guess this is a button menu.
Yeah, close the bracket, open a squiggly, enter, close the squiggly, save. Now what's important, that these are in the same order as the variables as the values we've put in this. So it needs to be player 2, player 3, player 4, and quit. Player 2, player 3, player 4, and quit. Perfect. Same order. If they're different order, this is gonna go bonkers. Or it's gonna give you wrong results. Now here you go, case. Yeah, and you go space quit.
Quit.
Yeah, quit. Colon. Enter break. Semicolon. And you're going to say application.quit. Open close round semicolon. So this is how we exit our game. Right? And here you're gonna go default. Yeah, default, colon, enter break, semicolon. Yeah, save. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to set how many player count we have in the game manager. Now let's go and take a look what the situation is here, because I absolutely do not remember. So inside start, now we've moved that cleverly. We've moved it to the setup match. There it is. Setup players. Let's see, setup players. Player count. Okay, so it depends on player count already having been calculated. So hit Control F for me. Type player count space equals. space again. Count. No space there. Count. Space equals space. Okay, we never assign it via code. Okay, so that means it's safe to do. I don't remember if it's public, but I would assume so. Yes, I'm just gonna go with the assumption as opposed to finding it. It's fine. So let's go back to our input manager. So here you're gonna say game manager.script.player count equals I plus 2 semicolon. So why I plus 2? Because 0 is player 2, 0 plus 2 is 2, 1 is player 3, 1 plus 2 is 3, so on. Save. And now we can finally set up the match. So we're gonna say game manager.script. No, actually, wait. Where's change state? So game manager dot script dot change state. At least I'm guessing it's there. Yeah, change game state, open round, tab, dot, gameplay, close round, semicolon, save. And now that we've done that, let's go to our gameplay, change game state, case, game state dot gameplay, colon, enter break, save, and here we have various coroutines for splash and title. We're not going to have a coroutine for this, at least not for now. We're simply going to call setup match. Match, yeah, open, close round, semi, save.
What about the number of players?
Well, it's already been defined outside. We literally just did this. I can't believe you didn't pay attention to this. Player count.
But then, wait, sorry. How does this assign to those player numbers?
Well, I've just told you, look at it here. Game manager script equal player count, so that's what determines how many players we got. Is going to be I plus 2. So if I is 0, it's going to be I plus 2, which is 0 plus 2, so 2, so player 2. If I is 1,
then that's
going to be player 3.
1, so
yeah. I mean, like I told you, this thing that we're doing with the buttons is stupid. Like normally you would have a class for your buttons. All of your UI would be dealt with in an intelligent way. Right now we're doing everything just so it works, basically. It will work, right? So now it should already work. Our game should actually function. So if we now press play. Wait, save first. Okay, press play. Learning things. Click to play. 2 player. There's only 2 players on the strip, but as you can see, we still have the UI for the other 2. It's not particularly clever in where it puts the UI. So this is exactly like our tank game, right? It's not got anything intelligent going on here. So we should probably shut up this stuff, even if we don't, move them or anything. But we can now play in 2 players. So let's see. Blue is rolling, right? We roll the 10. There we are. Turns reversed. Shouldn't make a difference. It's a completely pointless die when you play into it. Right? So now we got red. Red is doing his thing. Mine. Put a mine over here. Sure. Blue. Okay. Everything is working fine. Brilliant. Let's test it with 3. Same problem. This is wrong.
and look.
But there's 3 cars. Yeah. So one thing that I would like to do is to change the amount of these starting positions by hiding some of them. Okay. And the same would go for the UI here. Right?
Right.
So I think that's something that we can easily do. And if you badly want to, we could also support 6 players today. We'll see. Okay. So let's start here. The game manager is going to have to know what to do at the beginning, at setup match. So here's what we're going to do is we're going to reset the text player scores. There they are, you see? and here we're saying new text mesh player count, etc. Yeah, that's not ideal because the player scores, it should already know what they are. So we're actually going to change the way this works a little bit. Okay, so this text player scores, we're not going to make it based on player count. We're going to make it based on those objects. By the way, try not to rotate that much. I can't see any of the screen otherwise.
Sorry.
That's okay. So text player scores, right? Cut this and let's put it in start. So let's see what we got here. Regular. I don't know what that even means. I guess it's opposite of debug or something. So let's simply put them here or something. Unoccupied tiles. This is all tile related. I'm trying to be semi-logical. Okay, here after text instruction, paste it. So instead of player count, it needs to be I am tempted to completely change this from a simple private to a serialized field private. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So copy this, paste it here.
Sorry.
That's okay. Save.
Rocks the computer.
Save. Or rocks the computer. The computer's gonna have to do anything.
It's old.
We're gonna remove all of this completely. Save. Okay. And now here we're gonna say not until player count, but rather copy this, paste it here. Dot length. Yep, save. And here we're gonna say if I lower than player count, close round, open squiggly, close it, yeah. Cut all of this, paste it here, else, open, close, copy all of this. No, that's oh, actually, this is all completely rubbish. Copy this, paste it here, and oh, this is for the colors. Okay, well, we don't care about that. So go dot set text, yeah, open round, and go quote quote close round, semicolon. Save.
That's for colors too, though.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That one is already managed. Save. Okay, so there we are, right? And what this is going to do is going to shut up all of the other texts. But now we need to assign these texts in advance. So I don't remember where we've put them, but I think it's going to be under gameplay, board, overlay, board. I'm guessing board. Yeah, UI. There it is. Okay, so we're going to go to our game manager. Find them. Now I can't remember where we've put them.
Race position names. I'm too further in.
Player colors, race position names, dice, curve, blah blah blah, lab game scores, blah blah blah, text player scores. There it is. So for now we've got 4. If we then want to add more, it's going to be fine. 1, 2, and 3, right? So now this guy knows about these at all times. This means we can do all sorts of things with them. So if I go with 2 players, these 2 have gone silent and should never update. At least I think so, because I think all of the updates depend on player score. We'll see it right now. So there, right? As soon as we land, we should get a changing. Yes, and this score changed, but these were never touched. So the game is working as it's supposed to. Fantastic. Okay, so that's good. Now what we want to do also is we want to remove those starting tiles. Right? So let's take a look at them. There they are, start tiles. Okay, so let's go and look for start tiles in Game Manager. So type start tiles or start T. Yeah, that's enough. Okay, there they are. Start tiles, set up players, list, add, instantiate, blah, blah, start tiles. Where is this? Let's press F12 to go to its definition. It's hiding inspector. This means it needs to be found. Hit Control F. And down we go. There it is. That's where we find it. Okay, so we go board, find, start tiles, get components and children tile. dot length. Okay, so that's fair enough. This is actually still objective, so we'll be able to use it later if we want to. And here's where it gets the component tiles. So all we need to do is we need to hide them. Okay, so copy this. And is that ideal? Wait a moment. Because this is fine, but then we need to go to get component all the time, which isn't. It's fine. We'll be all right. It's fine. Sorry, your dad is thinking sometimes. So set up players. This is where we set up the players to instantiate them. That's fine. And this is where we're going to deal with this stuff as well. So hit paste. And so for length start tiles. And what we're going to do here is it's start tiles 0 dot game object. Yeah, dot set active. Open round, false, close. So we are turning off all of them, save, all of them before we instantiate stuff on them. And then we copy this again, paste it right here. In this other loop that goes until player count, set these to true. So we are displaying only as many as we need, okay? You probably don't understand this, let me go over it. We go through all of the tiles.
Yeah.
Right? We take every tile and we turn it off. We make it invisible.
Yep.
And it won't function, won't do anything. Then here we say, as long as you have players,
Yep.
make the first, second, third, however many you need, tiles visible. Okay, so only those first tiles will get visible. So now when I hit 2, wrong.
Whoops.
Wrong. Something is making them visible again. I don't know why.
Instantiate player, yeah.
Hide this first. Save. So let's hide this and let's see if that will work.
Sorry, I'm leaning forward again.
That's alright. So let's see if this will work. Because now, they're all disappear. So that they've all disappeared. So that works. But this one isn't working correctly,
It says player count.
Which is a bit odd. Yeah, save. Because the player count should be lower than 4. That's why it's actually making the players correctly. I'm a bit confused. This doesn't make sense. It should actually be fine. Because it only does it... I'm very confused. Do this. Go debug.log. Open. And just say I. Close the round. Say semicolon save. Yeah. I haven't stopped the Dropbox, so it could be that that's as usual. Give it, there you go. Now it's happening.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure it's the Dropbox again. Let me stop the syncing here. There we go. Yeah. Actually, let's not sing yet. Save again, and let's test it one more time, because it could be that the debug log is like slowing it down enough that it's working correctly. I don't know. No, it's just fine.
Can't be.
Okay, so yeah, it can be. Oh, it can be.
What do you mean by that?
That sometimes some functions overwrite each other. Okay, so we get only 3.
That worked.
That's fine. Everything seems to be cool now.
It's randomizing.
Yeah, it's randomizing. There's the order of the turns, right? We start with green. Green goes first, even though green is the third player to be put there. That's okay. Okay, we are good. This is working. We are fine. The one extra game state that we need to add, it's not really a game state, but we need to add some kind of extra button in the gameplay, is the one to quit. Right? So the issue is we have very little room on our board. And I don't want to make it too elaborate, right? I simply want to make a quit button. If you quit, you quit. That's it. No question. Okay?
How does it look with 4 players? When it puts the score there?
Yeah, good point. We are going to put the quit somewhere else. I don't think we'll put it in the top right corner. I guess
There's
we
enough
can.
room.
Yeah, but if we put 6, I don't know how that's gonna look like, you know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to move this guy there.
But then again, I think that the scores are frankly a little bit on the fat side. They can probably be made a little bit smaller. They're pretty exaggerated right now.
Especially if you build it.
Yeah, they're a bit exaggerated. Yeah, I agree. You know what? Let's just put that button over there. So we got this here. Now let's go to our menu and simply duplicate these buttons, drag it into gameplay, delete these buttons, and simply keep the quit button. That's it. Okay?
Because they're there.
Yes. So now that one should appear right away. Let's see if that's the case.
Things. Quick to start, quit. It's there, quit
There it
is
is.
there too, and the collider is showing, and
That's
it's way
fine.
too big.
We don't care. You
It's
think
too
the button's big?
Yep,
All
the
right.
button's too big.
Wait a moment. Didn't we have like these guess not. Oh, the logo was 0.2. Fair enough. Okay, so let's take a look. We're gonna make the quit button smaller. So let's do 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Is
That's
that good?
better.
That good? All right.
And if we quit it, we haven't tested if it worked yet.
Wait, 0.9. It won't work at all. It's not connected to anything.
That one?
Okay, 0.5.
Wait, you wrote application.quit.
Yes. And that's not even what we want this to do.
Go back to the menu, this one.
That's right. Maybe we could even change the type of button and its content, you know. Yeah, I think that would probably be a good idea because people could think that that's quit game. We don't want that. I don't know. I mean, why would we worry so much about making like this awesome user experience for such a silly little thing? So there it is. Though with this said, to be frank, I think it would be much better for us to actually make the quit button on the other screen just as small as this one. So it's consistent. Because like this, it may look a little weird. So we're making the quit button smaller. It's also less attractive to press. And by the way, we should make it red, I think, as opposed to orange.
Yeah, because
So-
it looks like a normal one.
Yeah, so let's take a look here. So this is our button. Yeah, duplicate this one. And rename this one to button quit. It's already button banana.
Button but.
Quit. Button butt. That sounds dodgy. Who taught you these horrible things?
You.
I'm being accused. J'accuse. Button. Buttons quit. Button. Okay, and now it should be red. See?
Sorry about all the coughing.
That's okay. Oi!
Oi!
I've put it on the foreplay.
Oi!
Button quit. Alrighty, that should work. That's why you always test all the time, because otherwise, you know, stuff goes wrong, and then you're very sad.
That was
there it
funny.
is. It's red. Okay, it's red up there. That's brilliant. All right, it's working. So, shall we do this? All right, we need to do this quit. Daddy, wake up, Daddy. All right, so serialize, field, private, transform.
Ah. Enough with the T.
Add a few letters.
I'm trying.
Are you?
I am.
Rubbish.
Whatever that was.
My phone just got a thing. Okay, space, and call this one gameplay button. Gameplay quit button. Lowercase g. Don't ask. I'm not telling you. It's a secret I'll never tell. Okay, so gameplay quit button, there it is. That's brilliant. So we're gonna use code that's essentially identical to this. Again, not ideal, right? Cloning code like this is just dumb. You do not want to do that. Oh, but there is array. Interesting for the mouse position. Oh, that's funny. We had already done this. Right, and we were checking the transform tag here. I feel a little on the stupid side right now, but it's okay. Right, so all of this, it was already working. So screen port array, input mouse position. That was it. Array camp screen port array. I had forgotten about all of this, and we went down and did all of this complicated math, which is probably exactly the same as what this does, but we could simply use this. Oh, daddy. Okay, copy this.
And now we don't need that.
Paste it right here. Save. That's funny. So let's go to our original system, which is the tag system. Now bear in mind that's not good enough for our buttons, right? But it's good to have that extra tag for the buttons. So we're gonna do that. So here are our buttons, and we're simply gonna add a tag, which we don't have at the moment, but go underscore button. Save. Okie doke. And now hold shift, hold control, thanks, release, button, save.
There's 2 quits?
Yes, one of them is going to be in the menu, the other one is in the game. Relaxio. Say. All right, so this is for the menu, and we're not going to care, but here we're going to need to check things. So we're going to go case, quote, underscore button. Not plus, but okay. Button. Quote, colon, enter break. Semicolon. Save! Okay. So we know it's a button. Now we need to check which one it is. So we're gonna do, well, we're simply going to do...
that. Can we just copy this?
We can.
Or cut it?
We don't need that
Need
else
all
at
that
all.
function?
So copy this. Actually, we don't even need it here. Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go. Paste it here. Save. Okay. Infinity. Button mask. Save. For int I. No, this is all wrong. So we don't need this loop at all. Hit Shift Tab. Save. Change this to gameplay button, gameplay quit button, whatever you called it. There it is. Gameplay quit button. And there's no need for switch. And here, all we're going to do, we should shut the game up. So Shift Tab a couple times. A couple, not 3 times. Save. Okay. Remove this. Save. Menu. Save. Okay, and before we do that, we need to destroy the game, or like make sure that the game isn't, the whole logic of the game needs to be stopped and stop playing. And I need to check how we do things normal. Like the players need to be destroyed. The deck needs to be. I think destroy player should probably be sufficient, but I'm not sure. So let's take a look at this setup match. So setup match has setup players. Setup players. Huh? Who's calling destroy players? Hit Control F. Nobody. That's an issue. We need to call destroy players before we call setup players. Call destroy players here.
Yes.
Open, close. Because otherwise we're going to get new players over top of the previous players. It's going to be very, very sad.
And then when the players move, then there's going to be other players that move next, and then it's going to be nice.
Sure. Okay,
Right.
So that's done. Now let's see setup turns. Okay, we're clearing the turn sequence, so that's good. Setup players, that's done. Setup deck. We are creating new lists here, so that's fine. And I'm guessing shuffle deck is gonna be somewhere down. Where's shuffle deck?
Eh?
Set scores. That one is probably gonna get called at some point. Update score text. Where is shuffle deck or something equivalent? It's gotta be somewhere. So let me go back here to setup deck. Deck anchor, la la, blah blah. So this is, it's a bit redundant here. That
Random range list temp deck cards don't count.
Yeah, I understand. Oh,
Isn't
that's where we're shuffling. So it's doing the shuffling as well. But the worry that I have, max card amounts. So it's creating new lists. Shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, yeah, so that should be okay. Destroy players, that should be fine. Let's make this one public. Public.
Hold on.
Yeah, save. Now let me see update here if there is an update function anywhere. But by the destruction of the players, I think everything will be done. I think. Yeah, there may be sounds that keep on playing, all sorts of bugs that we may have here because of this continuity stuff. But it's fine, it's not a huge deal. So copy destroy players. Go game manager. Dot script. Dot paste. Open close. Semicolon. Save. Okay, so we're going back to the menu. Let's see if this works. Ah, no, it won't, because I forgot to give it the information about what the button is. There, now it will. Click to start. 4 players. Close. Argument out of range. I don't know who's out of range, but we'll find out now. It's in a list, so we can't just go there. 1, 2, 7, 8 in the game manager. 1, 2, 7, 8. List players. Yeah, update race positions. So you see now all of these get called in various places, and there's gonna be all of these crashes because of that. So who calls this? This will tell us actually. 480. Stop leaning forward, I can't see anything. Thank you. 480. Update race positions, which happens, coroutines.
Bash them.
The bane of existence. Coroutines. So, there's an update. DVNX card. Oh. We totally didn't forget that. Save. So the problem will be coroutines. Like coroutines will keep on playing, and we need to interrupt them all. So what we're gonna do is
Stop
we are
all
going.
coroutines?
That's right. Public void. And go stop all local coroutines.
This is a long function, eh?
Open, close round. Okay, and I've changed my mind on something. Here, create a public void and call it quit match. Quit match. Open, close round. Okay, yeah, close round. Squiggly. Close quickly. Today! Thanks. Save. Control MO, since you've broken everything. Control MO. There. I haven't broken anything, I'm just being silly. Let's remove this public. Let's remove this public. Save. Okay, so copy, paste, open, close round, semicolon.
Open.
And here you're gonna say copy, paste, open, close round, semicolon, and change game state. Yeah, open tab dot menu. Close semicolon. Okay. All right, so we're gonna call quit match from there. So copy quit match, input manager. Instead of doing various things from here, paste this. Save. Okay. Now back to our game manager. Here you're gonna say stop all coroutines. That should only deal with the local ones, by the way. So now we can test again. Ooh. Stop the code before you test, Daddy. Yes, Daddy. All right. Ooh, we're at the 1 hour mark. 4 players. Exit. No crashes. 3 players. See, now we got 3. Exit. No crashes. 4 players. Did you notice we have a small, tiny, little silly bug?
I didn't see
Look
that.
at the X here. Shifted left. Shifts right. Shifts left.
Oh yeah,
Shift
I
right,
see that.
Shift left. And the reason this must be... Thanks, Unity. Crazy little silly... Copy this. These are like float approximation bugs
Why
or
does
something.
it say E?
That means the exponent of -10, I think. Paste it. Save. And now it should be correct, I think. Let's see. Whenever you duplicate in Unity, at least in the 2017 version, you get these. Yeah, there it is. It's fine now. Right, but say if I rotate this, that's here. Careful. It stopped. Okay, because that sound is controlled by a coroutine. I actually kind of think it's kind of lucky that it stopped. Right? There will be sounds that will not stop. For example, the engine may not stop. Oh, see, now they're all in wrong positions, but that's okay. That's a minor bump. So let's see the engine now. Did I have to roll a 2? Roll something higher than a 2. Thanks. Okay, worked. Good. That's fine. That's fine. All right. So, well, it's kind of 1 hour, but did you want to do the extra bit of adding more players up to 6 or something?
Maybe next time.
Maybe
We can do the fixing of that bug and also this and then the extra stuff, and that's good.
What? I didn't understand any of what you said. What did you say? Maybe
I
next
said-
time. That's the only bit I've understood.
Maybe next time, and so we do all the stuff that's good, like fixing the bugs and
Which bugs?
fixing that.
Oh, the icons. Sure. The icons I'm not too fussed about. But
They
yes,
look
we can
quite
add
good,
up to 8 players. I think it would be just fine. Phew, I wonder what chaos would be then.
Yeah.
But we can't find 8 local players that want to play, can we? Oh, maybe we can. I don't know. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you again next time. When hopefully Zoe will stop coughing everywhere. Okay?
Sorry.
Sure. See you later.
Sorry.
Bye.
Bye.